Good evening. After the previous session's fabulous rally, the frontline Indian equity benchmarks entered into a consolidation phase today. The market struggled for the direction throughout the day, with the BSE Sensex and the NSE Nifty virtually unchanged from the previous close. On the other hand, the broader indices managed to slightly outperform the key indices, leading to a favorable market breadth. The BSE Small Cap Index and the BSE Mid Cap Index gained 0.7% and 0.3% respectively. The sentiment in the Indian markets today was underpinned by the expectations of stimulus out of the China and US due to continued sign of slowdown in the world's two largest economies. At the same time, markets are worried about the long-running policy paralysis that has gripped the UPA2 regime and its adverse effect on the Indian markets. The BSE Sensex was up by 17 points to close at 17,766 and the NSE Nifty was up by 4 points to close at 5,363. Axis Bank, BAIL, SBI, Jindal Steel, Wipro, DLF, TCS, Hindustan Unilever, Tata Power, Cipla and Kotak Bank were among the notable losers in the Sensex and Nifty today. Sun Pharma, Bharti Airtel, Bajaj Auto, Coal India, Tata Steel, GAIL, Hero MotoCorp, HDFC and Hindalco were the top gainers in the Sensex and Nifty. The India VIX on the NSE ended higher by 3.45% to close at 15.27. None of the sectoral indices moved beyond 1% on either side. The Consumer Durables Index climbed 1% and was the biggest gainer. It was followed by Pharma, Metal, Auto and Tech. Realty and Bankex led the pack of decliners, down by 0.8% each, followed by Power and FMCG. PSU, IT, Oil and Gas and Capital Goods were subdued. Globally, the Asian stocks closed mixed in a choppy trade as investors digested a slew of disappointing reports on the slate of world's top three economies, the US, China and Japan. The Nikkei index ended almost unchanged. The Hang Seng index in Hong Kong gained 0.2%, while the ASX 200 index in Australia gained 0.2%. Copper climbed to a 17-week high, while the oil traded near the highest level in a week. Gold climbed to the most expensive level since February. European stock indices opened slightly mixed and were trading to slightly negative due to concern about slowdown in top economies such as US, China and Japan. Investors remain cautious ahead of German Constitutional Court's ruling on the European Stability Mechanism and Fed policy decision later in the week. The Stoxx Europe 600 index slipped by 0.2%. The FTSE in UK was down by 0.2%, while the DAX in Germany and CAC in France were flat. Thank you. Wish you have a great evening ahead.